Hey guys, so welcome. I wanted to share with you another original Yoga Nidra script. This one is based on the first one. I got a lot of positive response for that. So I wanted to take that maybe a little bit deeper, a step further. These can also be done as a guided meditation. So either is fine. If you want to do it as a guided meditation, you would sit up in a proper meditation posture. You could also do it, say, reclined in a lazy boy in a very comfortable position, or you can do it laying down as a traditional Yoga Nidra in Shavasana. Those are your options. Whatever option you choose, the same basic idea applies. And you can experiment with doing this on different days in different ways and see which one gives you the best results. So we want the body to be still. So if sitting up you can't stay still because you're so uncomfortable, well then maybe try the recliner, try laying down. We want to stay awake. So if laying down or being in the recliner, you drift off to sleep, and by the end of the Yoga Nidra, you're no longer present, you're no longer aware, you're no longer listening, then try sitting up. Okay, so we can be very pragmatic about this, and it may be different on different days. So on some days you may want to sit up, some days you might want to lay down. Okay, all right, so get yourself into position and set the intention to remain still and to remain alert and awake, whatever position you're in. Go ahead and take a deep breath in and let it all out with a sigh. Now again, take another deep breath and let it out with a deep sigh. Now just let your breath be natural. Begin to follow your breath by feeling the sensations that are generated by breathing. These might be quite subtle or quite obvious. There may be sensations at the nostrils, in the throat, and you may feel your chest and belly moving up and down. Please don't try to analyze the sensations or compare them to something else. Can you simply just feel them as they are? You don't need to describe them with words. No words can actually describe what you feel anyway. Just feel the sensations directly. Notice if you have any expectations about what you should be feeling or experiencing, and simply let them go. Instead, focus on what you do feel. There is no effort required to do this. It is completely natural. The less effort you make, the easier it is for you to feel what's actually there. This may feel strange at first, but only because you are so used to making an effort. But over time, you will learn to let go. As you try and stay with the sensations, what do you notice? Does your mind wander? Do you get frustrated when it wanders? Why? Do you have an expectation? Do you have an expectation that the mind is not supposed to wander? Where does this belief or expectation come from? Do you believe you are in control of your mind or your thoughts? Why? Where does this belief or expectation come from? When we actually observe the mind, what do we find? It wanders a lot. If your mind wanders, there's nothing to get upset about. It is perfectly natural for your mind to wander. However, usually we don't notice it wandering. Noticing is what is most important. So please congratulate yourself for noticing. We are not here to try and judge or control the mind, but instead to observe it. Even if you wanted to control your mind, could you? Try it. How long can you keep your mind focused on your breath? So what we find is the mind wanders and we can't control it. But why? Well, how can you control something that you are not observing? If you drive with your eyes closed, can you control your car? So now that you've noticed the mind wandering, like a car swerving off the road, please invite your mind to return to observing the breath. Do this as many times as necessary without judgment or frustration. Most people's minds are like very lovable but untrained pets. There's no need to get angry or frustrated with your mind. It has simply never been trained or disciplined before. That is not its fault, as no one has been there to discipline it before. Your mind has gotten used to doing what it wants to do. It goes here and there and gets into all kind of mischief on its own. Just like an untrained pet animal, the untrained mind can get into a lot of trouble and create problems for its owner. Anxiety, depression, anger, hate, greed, fear, jealousy are some of the things that our mind can get into on its own. If you are not guiding your mind, it is guiding you. It can run you around like a maniac trying to fix everything. Fix yourself, other people, or the world. But now you are fully present, observing the mind. You see it wandering. So ask it nicely to return to following the breath and continue to watch it. Never worry about the last breath. If you missed it, it is gone and there's nothing to be upset about. Always focus on feeling this next breath, the one you are breathing right now. Now, as you continue to follow your breath, notice that your body begins to relax very naturally. As your body begins to relax, your breath begins to slow down, all on its own. And as your breath begins to slow down, notice that your thoughts also slow down. As thinking slows down, you can feel your body begin to relax even more deeply. And as your body relaxes more and more deeply with each breath, notice your breath getting softer and shallower. As your breath gets softer and shallower, allow yourself to notice the space between each breath. Notice these spaces getting longer and longer. There may be more space than breath, and you may barely be breathing at all. Your breath might pause naturally for long periods of time. All of this happening on its own. You are not doing it. You are simply observing what is happening, making no effort to make any of it happen. Now begin to notice that just as there is more space between each breath, there is also more space between each thought. Notice the space that is both between and around each thought. Does this space have a border or boundary? How big is this space? Are you inside of this space? If so, where? Or are you outside this space looking in? If you believe you are outside, what space are you in? Is this space inside or outside of your body? Is it inside or outside of your head? Where do the answers come from? Is the answer a thought? A memory, an image? Don't thoughts, memories, and images all arise in the same space as your breath? Take a look and see. Is it not the same space that holds all of these things? Now, if I feel my body, or open my eyes and look at my body, don't these sense perceptions also occur in this same space? So is this space inside my body, or is my body inside of this space? Don't ask your mind for the answer, because it doesn't know the answer. You must see directly what is true in this moment for yourself. Now return awareness to your breathing. Gradually begin deepening your breath. Begin to move your body. Stretch your fingers and your toes. Wake yourself up. If you've been laying down, you can make your way up to seated. When you're ready, gently open your eyes. All right, I want to thank you for meditating with me today, whether that was a Yoga Nidra meditation or a seated meditation that you did. I hope you got a lot from this. This is a form of inquiry where we're going into a meditative state and then looking for answers that come from beyond the intellect. So this was not meant to be an intellectual exercise. It was meant to do direct inquiry into the nature of reality. And I think we'll do more of this in the future with some longer sessions. But hopefully maybe you realized a few things doing this. Once again, right now I'm greatly relying on your support to continue to offer these teachings. And I'm trying to offer them on a donation basis. But that really means that you need to be really honest and true in your support. So if you have the resources, please contribute, and that allows me to support those who don't have the resources to contribute at this time, and they still get to do these practices. I think it's times like this when we really need our yoga practice more than ever, and this is the reason that I'm trying to do this. But I also need to pay rent. I need to buy food. I'm also out of work. I'm not working nearly as much as I normally do. So I definitely personally can use the support. And then additionally, if I'm supported, I get to offer my teaching on a donation basis for free for those that don't have any money to contribute. So thank you once again. Namaste. If there is any way that I can help support you, please reach out and let me know. I've been doing a lot of one-on-one sessions with students because a lot of people have things coming up at this time. Otherwise, I will see you next time. Please stay safe, stay sane, stay happy and peaceful. Namaste.